Hey, what's up, Taurus? This is April with your astrological forecast for the month of June 2017. For everybody who was born under the sun, the moon, or the rising sign in the sign of Taurus, this is a general forecast for you guys. And don't forget that if you would like a personalized reading from moi that caters specifically to you, your exact birthday, birth time, birth year, all that stuff, then go to my readers page on astrolotta.com. It should be underneath the video or in the little I button at the top of the video somewhere in the corner. Go to that page and we can set up a Skype reading or a recorded reading specifically catered to you. So what's going on for my fellow bulls in the month of June? Well, right off the bat, we kind of start the month with a little bit of a bang, but like an exciting bang. And it's really important for Tauruses because this involves our ruling planet. I'm also a Taurus, so I'm wondering what surprises are going to come from this transit. So it's Venus, our ruling planet, conjunct Uranus. Now this happens in the sign of Aries, and this is out in our 12th house. Okay, Tauruses, we need to talk for a minute, okay? Now, we are some steady and stable and loyal creatures, right? And we don't really do surprises too well. We like things to just go as planned and go smoothly, but this can kind of rock our world a little bit, this transit, to be quite honest. It's very short term, but the exact transit of Venus conjunct Uranus happens on the 3rd of June. And you know, Venus is our ruling planet, like I said, but it rules like money and finances and the material world and how we enjoy ourselves as human beings, having a physical human experience. All the 5 senses, it rules all of that stuff. It also rules romance and relationships, you know, long-term committed relationships, one-on-one bonds with people. Uranus is the planet of the unexpected, of unexpected surprises and things that just happen out of the blue. Things that are out of the ordinary, things that are unorthodox, weird, kooky, crazy, whatever you want to call it. So when those two planets come together, what does that mean for us, Taurus? So just in general, because it's our ruling planet, we can have some sort of surprise, something happen around the 3rd of June. Hopefully it's something good. Usually Venus and Uranus in general, the conjunction can bring like an unexpected change in a relationship, a love relationship. Either a sudden breakup, to be honest, that can happen, or a sudden like getting together, a sudden romance that just sparks like that fly out of nowhere. With this being our ruling planet, it could be a surprise with anything, with money, with just us. We may just feel more rebellious as Taurus, is like changing our appearance, like suddenly like I just want to cut off all my hair or something like that. It's another thing that I would do as a Taurus. Okay, I value having some hair, but some of you guys may want to do something like that, or just change up your wardrobe, buy a new outfit that's like something that you've never worn before, but you're like, you may just want to do some random stuff, okay, Taurus? You're going to feel a lot more quirky and rebellious, and you're not going to want to listen to other people when they tell you what you should be doing, because Uranus energy is the opposite of that. It's like, you guys say I should do this, okay, well then I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to do what I want to do. Venus and Uranus can bring in the 12th house, it could bring a sudden hidden love affair that comes about. So I see you guys, Tauruses. Some of you guys might be acting naughty even though you're in relationships with this transit, but try to keep your cool, okay? Try to remember that you are steadfast, you are loyal, you are faithful, and try to be good, okay? Because this transit may like entice you to go after something random. Now Venus also for Taurus rules your 6th house of health and work. So something can suddenly change with your work, like maybe you get a new job position, which would be, hey, you know, that'll be awesome for Tauruses. Maybe you may suddenly decide to leave a job. Maybe you may suddenly have a revelation in regards to your health, and hopefully it's something good if that applies to some of my fellow bulls. So on the 5th of June, Mars moves into the sign of Cancer. So for Taurus, that is your 3rd house. 3rd house is your day-to-day environment, like the places you go to run your little errands, you know, going to the bank, to the grocery store, to the post office, all of those day-to-day places that you go. Also, like your work environment, like the people that you work with every day. Okay, your work environment is more the 6th house, but the people that you work with every day, those people, your coworkers, that's the 3rd house. Also, like any teams that you're on for anything, like teammates is also 3rd house. It's also your siblings and your cousins. So Mars there, you know, Mars is a planet of, on the negative side, aggression, anger, impatience. So those people that you encounter in those day-to-day areas, you may become impatient and easy to anger with them, or they may be like that towards you. So that's something that you need to be mindful of. Yeah, so try not to attract conflict like by, you know, scrapping with people at the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like somebody accidentally runs into your feet with their cart and then you just get all angry, when usually Tauruses, we're very slow to anger. We're very patient creatures, but hey, with Mars transiting that environment, may get a little more like feisty, you know. Mars in the 3rd is good for multitasking, for doing multiple things, getting a lot of things done. Even if you don't really have a lot of things to do, you're going to be finding a lot of things to do, okay? A variety of things, because that is 3rd house. So if you have a lot of tasks to accomplish, Taurus, then Mars in the 3rd is a really good transit for you. You're going to be here, there, and everywhere. Like, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, why can't I clone myself? There's so much to do. So you're going to be keeping very busy with that Mars transit. So on the 5th of June, lucky day for Tauruses, we have 2 planetary shifts that affect us in positive ways. Number 1, Venus in Taurus. Venus moves into our sign, into Taurus. Now, Venus is not only the ruling planet of Taurus, but just wherever she transits, it's like she sprinkles some magical little fairy dust on everybody, you know? Well, maybe not everyone, but people who's getting that transit, affecting them in a positive area. It's like when it's in your own sign, it really makes you feel like enjoying life a lot more. It makes you feel more beautiful. It makes you feel like if you don't feel beautiful, you're gonna find a way to feel beautiful. And as I am talking about this, there are some gorgeous ladies walking by in some beautiful outfits, because I'm in a shopping center, and there's all these stores around me that are very tempting to go into, and that's exactly what happens when Venus transits your sign. Venus rules material things, especially ones that are beautiful and appealing and attractive to us. So it's going to be very hard for Tauruses to stay out of these shopping areas and stores and shopping malls and stuff. It's going to be very difficult, but you know what? If you live a lifestyle to where you can afford it, some guy was walking by giving me the wink and gun, trying to distract me, whatever. But if you can afford that kind of a lifestyle, then I'd say this is really going to be an enjoyable time. Good time to be a Taurus, okay? This is a time where you may feel like going to salons and spas and barbers if you're a dude and you're a Taurus. Venus energy belongs to men too, okay? Don't let anybody tell you differently. Belongs to men. Men are going to want to feel more attractive too, like attracting, you know, people to them. So yeah, get your hair cut, guys. You know, if you cut your hair as a dude, go to that barber, get the really nice haircut, the nice shave, all that good stuff. Men, don't be afraid to buy products for yourself too, like face masks and stuff. That is Venusian, okay? But you as a Venus ruled man, being in the sign of Taurus, it's okay. Go ahead and indulge in that stuff, and then you'll be like glowing for the gods, as all of the beauty gurus say these days. But people are going to be seeing you in a more positive light, because it's like whatever planet transits through your sign, I find that you wear that planet on you like clothing, or like a mask, or like a badge, or whatever, and other people see it in you. So people are going to see Venus like this beautiful goddess energy walking by when you're walking by, even if you're a guy, okay? So people are going to be approaching you more. They're going to find you more approachable as a person, more pleasant, not just because of your appearance, but you're going to be like really giving off the energy of Venus. So people are going to pick up on that and be like, ooh, hey Taurus, how are you? And maybe you might get some free stuff, or I don't know. People are just going to be a lot nicer to you when Venus enters your sign. Also on June 5th, we have Mercury moving into Gemini. So Mercury rules Gemini, so it's another planet going into its home sign, so it's like double that energy, which is awesome. And for Tauruses, that is our second house of finances, earned income mainly, and also how we spend our money, how we budget it, and how we save it. So we've got Venus hanging out in our sign, making us like cha-ching, cha-ching. And then we've got Mercury in our second house that has us really thinking about money and material stuff. And Venus in the second house is good because it'll help us to want to manage and organize our finances. You know, if we're racking up those bills, well, because of Venus in our ear whispering sweet nothings about shopping, Mercury's going to help us to keep track of things, to make sure, okay, you know what, this is here, this is there. I already spent money on here, now I have to go to this other resource, or now we need to like slow down with the spending, or we can speed up the spending, or we should just start saving, whatever. But you're going to be busy there. Wherever Mercury travels, that's where your mind is going to be the most busiest, and you in general are going to be super busy. So you're going to be busy with that, maybe busy finding another way to earn more money too, like looking for another job, looking for a second job, some sort of form of secondary income you may be focused on when Mercury moves into Gemini. On June 9th, we have a few things happening, okay? We have, first of all, Jupiter turns direct. Jupiter has been retrograde for a few months in the sign of Libra, and then it's stationed, and then it goes direct on June 9th at 13 degrees of Libra. So for Tauruses, this is our sixth house, health and work. Some Tauruses, you know, when Jupiter is retrograde, its blessings that it usually gives and the expansion and the growth and all that good stuff is slowed down. It doesn't get completely cut off per se, but it just may slow down. So some of you guys who have been looking for work opportunities, work advancements, maybe you work for yourself and you know your clientele has slowed down. Well, when Jupiter starts moving forward again in that work house, work, it's time to work, okay? Workload may increase, job opportunities may also increase. You may have some opportunity for advancement within the work environment. People may see you in a more positive light in the work environment. When it comes to health, I'll be quite honest, you know me, I always give the good and the bad of every transit, everything, okay? So the good is Jupiter in the 6th can bring like an expansion of good health, okay? Like you may want to speed up, you know, get back on track with diet, with exercise and all of that. But also, you know, don't forget it rules indulgence, okay? It's expanding on things like feeling so indulgent that you just can go after anything you want. Jupiter can be indulgent with food, with drink, with all that stuff. And you know, so Jupiter in your 6th house of health, it can cause you to kind of overdo things and get in habits and routines, which is the 6th house of overdoing things, which is Jupiter. And also I've seen Jupiter in the 6th house magnify and expand a health issue, but only to bring it to the attention of the person so they can get it corrected by a doctor. Jupiter rules guru type of figures that you can turn to for advice and for, you know, wise counsel. And so with it being in the house of health, this is an opportunity for you to find somebody like that that can assist you with your health. Maybe a new or better doctor, some sort of, you know, alternative health practitioner or health methods to help yourself. Somebody can help you with that when Jupiter goes direct. Also on the 9th, we have a full moon in Sagittarius at 18 degrees. And for Taurus, this is affecting your 8th house where the moon in Sag is going to be at, and then your 2nd house where the sun in Gemini is going to be at. Because the full moon involves both the sun and the moon opposing one another in opposite signs. So it brings things to a breaking point, to a final decision. It's kind of like, okay, something's got to give. That's a full moon. So with it being involved with your money, like the 8th house is your passive income. It's income that you get from the government, from insurance, from inheritances, from lawsuits, money that people owe you, and money that you earn with a partner, like a business partner or like a husband or wife relationship partner. Money that you guys receive together, that's the 8th house, versus the 2nd house, which is money that you earn from working on your own and being self-sufficient, sustaining your own resources. That's the 2nd house. So something can change there. Maybe your partner gets more money, you know, gets a raise. Maybe you guys as a joint effort get more money or start earning more money. Maybe you guys have to work on some insurance stuff, or finally settle a settlement or a lawsuit or an inheritance. Something like that can be finalized with this full moon, but it's definitely going to affect your finances. On the 21st, we have Mercury moving into Cancer. So Cancer is the 3rd house for Taurus. So remember I mentioned earlier with Mars there, it's like a really busybody type of energy. Well, when Mercury's there, go away. When Mercury's there, Mercury is your mind. So your mind is going to be like kicked into overdrive and high gear. And you know what? This is very like foreign energy for us because we're normally very like slower moving. Our minds are used to like processing things slower and doing things step by step. You know, we don't whiz around a lot like Geminis that are right next to us, our next door neighbor on the zodiac wheel. But when Mercury goes into our 3rd house and Mars is already there, we're going to be acting like our neighbors, okay? Like our Gemini friends. Our minds are going to be moving fast. We're going to be like on our phones, like texting really fast, typing really fast on the computer, like talking really fast, like that machine gun, motor mouth, you know. And it's going to be easy for us to forget things, okay? So just like take a lot of notes, Taurus. We're really good at that. We're organizational creatures. So take a lot of notes, make a lot of lists are my recommendations for these 3rd house transits. And so that way you can keep track of stuff, because with the 3rd house activated, it's so easy to skip over important details. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You're going to be like, your mind's going to be like a Tasmanian devil is up there, whoosh, like this. It may be harder to sleep, Taurus. And since we are more slower moving, we're not used to all this like mental activity, we may crave like coffee and caffeine and stuff a lot more to keep our bodies awake, to keep caught up with our mind, you know what I mean? So but it is a really good time, once again, to learn some new stuff, learn some new skills, and to multitask, to do a lot of things at once, accomplish a lot at once. It is a good time for that, but there's still the chance of us like starting something over here and then not finishing it and moving on to something else and on to something else, and having all these like unfinished projects around, just like all this stuff laying around that's incomplete, and that is so outside of our nature. So yeah, just make sure you take a lot of notes and keep organized so that you're not like way too scatterbrained. On June 23rd, there is a new moon in the sign of Cancer, and for Taurus, that is our 3rd house. It's at 2 degrees of Cancer. So a new moon there is going to bring a new beginning where we've already had some activity with other planets being there in the 3rd house. So, you know, it could be a new beginning in the lives of our siblings, our relationships with our siblings, the people around us, our co-workers, maybe a new co-worker, a new teammate, if you belong to a team in any way, can step in, and there could be a brand new person in your life. Or I've seen new moon in the 3rd house, since the 3rd house is like how you get around, how you commute around your city or your town. Do you take a train or public transportation? Do you drive? Do you ride a bicycle, motorcycle, whatever? I've seen a new moon in the 3rd house give a new car or a new way to travel, or a new phone, like, because let me tell you, Taurus, all those other planets transiting our 3rd house can make it so easy to lose and break our phones. I mean, come on, just think of our Gemini friends, okay? They're always breaking and losing their freaking phones. It drives me nuts. So when our 3rd house is activated, we are going to be like Geminis and be like so all over the place. It is so easy to lose or break. So some of us may need new phones with a new moon in the 3rd house, or a new moon in the 3rd can be you wanting to learn a new skill. The third house is like taking little classes for little things, maybe classes that are like a couple weeks long or a month long. It's not like college or anything like that. It's just like learning some new stuff. Maybe take one class here, one class there, one class there. So we may be like prompted to look into something like that. Look into learning a new language or a new skill, you know, with the new moon in the third house. So that was it, Taurus, for your June 2017 forecast. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the scenery of the outdoors. It's a bit hot out here, but I just wanted to change things up this month. And don't forget to look at my readers page on astrolotta.com. Again, I am April, and you can find me there. The link is below the video, and also it's up in the corner of the video. You can find the information. We can talk on Skype. I can send you a recording that's 20 minutes long, 30 minutes, an hour, however long you feel. We need to talk about you and your chart based on your exact information. I would love to do so. So hit me up on my readers page. Have a great month of June. I'll see you guys in July.